one problem with these is they're dry as all get out. The peanut butter doesn't help. Yeah. It's like sucks the moisture right out of your mouth.
Okay.
But they're yummy.
It's funny, you know, like nobody there.
And then boom.
But then it's like boom.
What's up, everyone?
What's up, Michael?
So here's the funny thing I was thinking about while I was setting this up.
What's up, Johnny?
In what world did I ever think that Saturday nights at 6 o'clock, people would be tuning in to hear us talk about car audio? Like, I mean, think about it. Like, growing up and watching TV, you know, for whatever.
What's up, Jason?
But being able to, like, back in 1990, 95 and stuff like that, when I was still a sprite in the car audio, to be able to sit, like, come home at night and sit down and watch a show where guys talk about car audio, that just blows my mind that that's even a thing, let alone that we're doing it. You know, just thinking, you know, because it's kind of weird.
I don't even think.
Cheese. I don't know why I keep calling them cheese. It's peanut butter filled pretzels.
I don't even think working in car audio
was even a possible thing.
Yeah, for me.
Well, you know, that's the other thing too that I was thinking today. Apparently, I was doing a lot of thinking, which is new. You know, the amount of pressure that gets put onto us over something as silly as car audio.
Right.
You know, it's like the amount of stress that just goes. What's going on, Brian? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, man?
Because you guys are as passionate about the industry as we are. And that's exactly true, Dan.
25 years ago, I remember crossing around showing off my car audio.
25 years ago, I remember rolling up at a stoplight behind Soccer Mom's little van, banging my subwoofers, watching my little mirror jingly thing. That was a thing. That's why Doug's doing that, by the way. And, you know, just looking at them in the rearview mirror, giving me scowls of dirty looks as my bass is slamming, and I'm just big pimping back like this, going, "What's up?" Anyways, you get what I'm saying.
We are in Clearwater, Florida.
Right
across the street from the
Hooters #1, the original Hooters.
See, Hooters should be a sponsor for the show, man.
2019 Honda CR-V amp and speaker install recommendations. So, God, it's, you know, it's almost like these things just come in waves. Like we talked about Hondas yesterday. So here's the deal.
So Andrew,
go on to pack-audio.com. Go on to metronline.com. Get the speaker adapters. The one thing you're going to find is when you pull that speaker out of the door is that there's metal behind where the speaker is going. The new speaker is going to go. So if you don't want to cut any metal at all, you're going to want to find something with a shallow basket. A high-performance shallow basket driver is going to be like a Kicker, KS, or the C's, whatever. Those will bolt right in, no problem. You don't have to cut any metal.
Hey,
if
Donnie.
you get anything of depth that has a basket and a magnet on the back, you're going to have to. You might even be able to get away with some R-types, but I don't know. R-types maybe because of the
R-types
because of the neodymium magnets. Those might go right in.
You know which one's the Kicker KS?
Well, that's what I just said. That was the first one I said.
No, just like
Kicker KS bolt right in, no problem.
Right.
Now, if you're not going to do that, then you're going to have to cut the metal and you're going to have to put a bigger speaker in there.
Yeah.
Now, as far as amplifiers go, whatever you do, you just look around, see where room is, and buy accordingly. That is always the thing. Buy for what will fit. Might cost a little bit more, but that's the important. It's like have a strategy. You know, we'll get guys that'll come in here with just like equipment, and you're just like, what were you thinking?
Rafael, técnicamente sí funciona el control remoto que tú quieres adaptar. Sería ahora sí que calarlo, fijarte si en realidad funciona, pero técnicamente sí puede funcionar.
I remember pulling my grandmother's radio power. So Jason wants to know, favorite YouTuber doesn't have to be who you watch most. It is who I watch most. So there's two YouTube shows that I watch, regardless. Anytime Casey Neistat puts anything out, I watch that. He's what got me into watching YouTube, and I still find him very entertaining. And then Kevin Smith does a show called Johnny, what's going on? Fat Man on Batman, or Fat Man Beyond Now with a guy named Mark Bernardin. And I watch or I listen to that. It's a podcast they do, but they record it live, and I watch those two. Those are the only two, like, And then everything else is Haley's. So like when I get roped in to watch whenever Haley wants to watch. Do you have anything you watch?
No, I watch anything.
Yeah?
Yeah, I watch anything.
I have a customer with an 04 Viper. What would you recommend for the factory sub replacement? Oh, God. Dayton. If we're just talking about a factory subwoofer update in that one, Johnny, what we've found works pretty well, and in that it kind of retains that factory sound. It's not an improvement. It's just a Band-Aid. And that's a Dayton woofer from Parts Express. We bought a couple of those a couple years back where it was because we needed the little 5 1/4 inch woofer to go back in back tray of one of those BMWs that has, or Mercedes that has those 4 5 1/4 inch woofers. We just bought a bunch of those, and anytime a Viper comes in where it's all dry rotted and whatnot, we just pull that out, throw a Dayton in there, and it sounds very close to the factory. And he rolls out and he's happy because most of the guys that drive Daytons around or drive Vipers around here are like 65-year-old dudes that wanted to upclass from they didn't want to be the Corvette guy, so they're the Viper guy, and they just don't like the rattling in their ears. So,
hey guys, I have a 2004 Elantra. Was wonder how much power can I run with a 90 amp alternator? Thanks.
Well, so you can get. Gotta remember, some of these new amplifiers are super efficient, meaning they do amazing things with very little power. If you go back and you watch the Amp Dyno video we did on the CS, the Kicker Yellow Stripe 800.1, the whole purpose of me showing the different voltages we did it at is because it's super efficient. And it works in low voltage situations and in high voltage situations. But some of these new micro amplifiers that you're getting into, for example, like the Audison Prima style amplifiers. Now keep in mind, these are expensive amplifiers. But one of the reasons why they're expensive is they're ultra efficient. This even has the capability of dialing down the voltage consumption on it so that it can work in an existing, let's say you're putting in a BMW or something like that where you already have power wire ran. You can dial down the amount of amperage it draws to use existing wiring if it's going to be like a plug and play type of thing. But smaller amplifiers like this, some of the Rockford Mini Ts, the Power Series micro amplifiers, those are very efficient amplifiers, and those allow you to put them into cars. What's up from Vegas?
What's up from Vegas?
Those allow you to put those amplifiers in cars and work with the existing electrical systems that are in there and not put such a burden on them.
Wow, it's crazy. What's up from Alaska? Australia's in the house.
Is anybody other than me tired of looking at pictures of everyone having a good time at SEMA?
Oh, SEMA. SEMA's over.
Wish I was in 35 degrees. Oh, God, no.
That's crazy.
Dude, honestly, I'm kind of sweating right now. Australia, what's up? Fernando.
Yeah, okay, so I was trying to read this one. It's a 2016 Honda Accord.
Yep.
He want to upgrade the radio.
A side mirror
and
cam.
a side mirror cam, but he can't.
So is that the one with the radio in the dash? I mean, with the screen in the dash, they make the. Isn't that the one that they make the dash kit for? Metro makes a whole dash kit for that we never recommend.
2016, yeah.
But
do you have to relocate the radio?
Yeah, isn't that the one we put the radio in the glove box?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm working, missing SEMA. Oh, we're working too. We're missing SEMA as well. If it's a 2016, then yeah, you lengthen the harness, move the radio in the dash, you buy the Scotia kit.
Yep.
And
definitely.
you put the new radio there. Factory radio goes in the glove box. You take the whole radio apart, so you just have the silver box. That goes in the glove box. The glove box will still open and close, mount it in place. Make a T-harness, rock on.
So de todos modos tienes que quedarte con el radio.
That factory top screen. I could drive from South Texas, so you guys can do my install. We've actually had a couple guys come from Texas.
Yep.
What's up from Bowling Green, Kentucky?
Yep. What's up?
SEMA was awesome. You guys should have come next year. Yeah, totally. It was just one of those things. It came real quick.
I haven't seen the new Prime amps. I just saw it in the picture.
Just the pictures.
That's it.
What do you think of the new Prime amps? So that's another nice thing about the new Prime amps. They're going to be stop-start compatible. Now that now that SEMA's over, I'm going to bug Eric. I'm going to bug him to send us one.
Oh yeah, Robert Van Hoyt. I'm tired to see the yelling lady with the cat meme.
Oh, those are so annoying.
I know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. So definitely. Yeah. But no, I'm excited about those prime amplifiers because
Ramon.
they are going to be stop-start,
Yep.
just like the entry-level kickers are stop-start, the primes are stop-start, the primos are stop-start,
No, it's going to be more.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Some of the Audio Tech Fisher, which is the Helix.
A
lot of the Helix equipment is stop-start compatible, so... You know, life is getting easier as far as that, but for those of you that don't, you know, it's
What's up
nice.
from Cali?
I
just installed 2...
Yeah, there you go. If you're in Texas, stop at Wiley. If you're in Texas, stop in Wiley and check out Loud and Clear. Our boy Johnny right here. He'll hook you up and give you a great install.
Yes.
Big fan. Nice guys.
Loud and
We've
Clear.
met them. We know them. Check them out.
We'll
be hanging
going?
out. Yeah, we're going to next
going?
year at Dallas. We're going to their store and we're going to hang out there on Thursday.
There you go.
So,
I just installed 2 electrostatic tweeters. Replaced 2 Alpine tweets in the Nissan Cube. It has... Wow, man.
Has
There's
a fuzzy noise coming from the
tweet,
tweeters.
even with the volume 0. Switch back to an Alpine and goes away. Of course. Yeah. I mean,
so the thing you got to keep in mind with electrostatic speakers, man, is they will attract a lot of dust. Okay, you have to be super careful with them. Like we were talking about before, Stax headphones are electrostatic headphones. Electrostatic headphones are the best sounding headphones on the face of the earth. They're also the most expensive headphones on the face of the earth.
Right.
They come with a plastic sleeve that goes over them, so when you're not using them, they are covered because once dust gets on them, it does bad things. So electrostatic speakers in a car, yeah, they are amazing, but it's a scary proposition that you're probably going to get strange things like that happening because you have to be super clean. So, yeah.
All right, what...
Seriously. He's married, man. He's been married for like 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Hello from the Pacific Northwest. Any Band-Aids this week? Yeah.
I just took it out one.
I was going to say. You did wear your gloves this week. This week was. Did we do 3 DSP systems this week or 2? 3
DSP systems.
Was it 3 or I don't remember. Colorado. It was 2, I think. Because last Saturday.
That was 2 days in that one. The Monday was.
Monday, Tuesday was a DSP. That was the DSR-1 and the Mustang, right? Yeah. So I got to go back and watch 5 Minutes with 5 Star and figure out what the heck we did this week.
Tuesday. Yeah.
But I think because last Saturday we also had another DSP. A lot of DSP this week. So
it's just DSP.
Hey, from Florida. What's
up?
Going on? What frequency is typical the best crossover for 6.5 for SQ paired with a 10-inch woofer? Most of the time we're crossing them over at 24 at 80 hertz. You know, 80 hertz is usually our starting point, and we go up and down from there depending on what we're trying to do. If it's a bigger 6.5 that has a bigger magnet structure, sometimes I'll drop it down as low as 70, sometimes 60, depending on how big that magnet structure is and what I'm trying to get out of it. A safe spot to be, though, is 80 at 24. If you're not capable of doing 24, the one thing that you have to do, and this is the key to any time you're setting that bottom crossover point on your 6.5, play it with the subwoofer off. All right, everyone always wants to start tuning everything with everything going woohoo.
Yep.
But
the Rockford P312, 10, 8, all the T's, they're awesome. They sound really nice.
What did I miss?
The A, oh my God. When you're away, when you went to Oklahoma, I installed Rockford 8.
We've done them since then.
It's just like, it sounds really good, yeah.
All right, I was looking to see if I missed something there, but I don't know if I did. I don't know.
Now you missed everything.
I'm putting Morel 6.5 for 2s up front, 6.5 Maximos in the rear with an audio control D4.800 and a D. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I like
your knowledge base.
Oh, the vehicle build idea that we did when we were talking about on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up from Calgary, Canada? Canadian in the house.
What's up?
Is it better to buy cheap high RMS or expensive low RMS mids and highs? Cheap is just pretty much cheap. I mean, no, it depends. It depends what you're trying to do. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could build a system for, okay? So, you know, it's not as simple as just, yeah, buy those. You know, it's like, okay, what are we trying to do? Do we have a amplifier that's putting out 75 watts? All right, if that amplifier is putting out 75 watts, how do we want it to sound from there? Do we want it to sound loud, like it's on the, and that's the case. We want to look at a speaker that's efficient, that it's going to take that 75 watts and just really go to town with it.
It's going to give you what it is. Yeah.
Those might be a cheaper speaker, in which case, you know, you're not going to get like deep mid bass out of it, possibly not get deep mid bass out of it. The tweeter might be sounding kind of shrilly. It just depends, but you're going for loud. Now, on the other side of the coin, if you have 75 watts and you just want performance out of it, so to speak, like let's say the sound quality is a word people like to throw out. Well, if you look at a less efficient speaker, it's not going to be as loud, which means it might not be as loud, but it might sound better at normal listening levels. But there again, it just comes down to how loud, what kind of performance you're looking at, and you want to match those things up. Like, for example, Morel are not efficient. You put a boatload of power behind them in order to make them loud. Focals, they're more efficient, and you don't need as much power when you're talking about like the Access or Flax. However, when you look at like a K2, then it starts to become, the mid bass has a bigger magnet, they handle more power, they're kind of not as efficient, so you're going to need more power. Yeah. Just depends. So it depends what you're trying to build.
It depends. It always depends. Okay, so there you go, right here. Got one for you. CX versus KX. Without the hooky features. Any real SQ difference?
So the new, okay, God, that's a tough one.
I'm going to go with KS.
There's a couple really cool features about both. The new CS is probably one of the best sounding entry-level speakers you're going to find, okay? And I'm going to take a stand and say that because, like, with the gold tweeter, it's for price point, performance, value, like all the things we were talking about just a minute ago, it has all those ticked off, okay? So it has efficiency, it'll work good with 35 to 70 watts, and it's going to sound good. Is it going to compete with a KS? Or the Ks, we'll just call them the Ks. No, the tweeter's way better on the K. It's more smooth, not as shrilly, not as like, but it's double the money. You know, just like if you look at a Q-Class. Q-Class is double the money from the Ks. So
thank you, Carlos.
Each time you go up, it is a little better. Now, the one thing I do like about the K series is the 6.5 component. Oh, hey Siri. Yeah. One of the nice things about the 6.5 component is that it is one of those cool 6.5 components that can either be a coaxial or a component. So you can just buy 2 sets of the component coaxial speakers and have total matching set, coaxials in the rear, components up front. Life is great. Yep. Boom. Bob's your uncle. And they come with big passive crossovers, and it's really neat. Hello from Tijuana.
What's up, Tijuana?
What short chassis head unit do you recommend? I mean, honestly, right now we're selling a ton of the ILX W650s.
The 650s, yeah.
If you want something that's better performance, like $100 more, then check out the 7706 from Kenwood.
Oh, the 4500 NEX, that was my favorite radio.
No, the 44. The 45 was not. No, the 42.
Well,
42 was
but I mean,
that platform,
like
the 4000 series
same thing.
Platform. Yeah, I got it.
Wireless now. Yeah, it's an awesome radio. Awesome
now I
radio,
need your help with problems. My amp has 40 hertz to 220 hertz and a subsonic. I'm having a hard time to set. How is it that I've always missed the last 3 words? To set things, please help. There again. Great question. Not enough information. But let's talk about setting crossovers real quick. Without a crossover calibrator, everything is pretty much going to be guesswork. All right, so you have to kind of get an idea of what the heck it is you're trying to do. Okay, so now the silk screen on the side of the amplifier is pretty much useless. All right, it's just numbers, silk screen on. There's a gain pod behind it. It's not digital. So on one amp, we were doing this the other day.
So Adam,
on one amp, it was like this was 120 hertz, and on the other amp, this was 120 hertz. They were way off. They were off drastically. It was like, wow, okay. Gains are the same way. So now you don't have a crossover calibrator. The sticker is crap, or the silk screen is crap. So what do? We talk about it all the time that you need to isolate the speaker you're trying to tune. Do not, for the love of God, try to play the whole system at once and go in there and start turning up gains and crossovers and all that other crap. No. What you want to do is pick a song that you know how it sounds. You've heard it a million times. We do that stupid Maroon 5 song. Okay, we know exactly how the song sounds. We've played it hundreds of times. Okay, we know what the bass is supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
Put it on the front speakers. Okay, turn the volume up to a normal listening level. Okay, now you want it to be a song that you're going to be listening to. The reason why we picked that song, it's a great middle of the road song. It's like it. If you listen to country, cool. If you listen to hip hop, it's got that. So it's a great middle of the road song. So we don't always know what the customer is going to be listening to. So that's a great starting point for us. Okay, but if you listen to hip hop straight up, don't go in there and not use a hip hop song. I love it when people say, "Oh, I don't listen to hip hop," and the first thing they do is they whip out like LL Cool J going back to Cali, and it's like, "You said you don't listen to hip hop." Yeah, but this is like my song, man. And you're like, "What? No, we didn't tune it for that. You said you listen to this. You hate hip hop." Well, I got this one song. Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and I listen every day.
Yeah.
José, si quieres cualquier cosita, llama a la tienda y lo que necesites te lo puede mandar si estás aquí en el área de Estados Unidos.
Do we use the CC? No, we don't use it that often because most of the time we're doing something that has a digital crossover built into it, like a radio that has a crossover in it that we can set it what we want, or a DSP that has a crossover, we can set it what we want. The only time we use a CC, the CAA1, is when we're doing an analog system where we have to set crossovers from the amplifier. Okay, so now you're playing your song.
72.
Turn your volume up. Like I said, somewhere around that 80 hertz on the silk screen is where you're going to want to start. Listen to just those speakers. Okay, if they're bottoming out, meaning you're hearing distortion in the bass frequency, go back. Start turning it up a little bit, just a little bit at a time, okay? Because a little bit goes a long way in car audio, okay? So once you get it to the point where they've stopped making bad sounds, like it's smacking, okay?
Yep.
Cool. Fade it to the rear. Do the same process. Subwoofer, same process, just now you're going the opposite way. You don't want a lot of vocal coming through it, but you want enough of it to where it's going to blend in with the mid-range, okay? So you're going to have to play. Now, you play them all at the same time, okay? Personally, I like to just do front and rear at the same time. Make sure my volume is correct. Make sure that I'm not getting any weird distortion between the two, okay? Playing a couple songs that have different bass notes, okay, get it all right. Playing in the subwoofer. Because the subwoofer is going to mask these things distorting. That's why you always leave the subwoofer off for the longest period of time. All right, and that's it. That's all you do. That's the most generic way I can tell you how to set the crossover. You're using your ears and you're listening to see if bad things are happening. What did Johnny say? John, right there. So many
customers don't want a lot of bass, then straight out rapping.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I have a 2015 Taurus.
Taurus.
Yeah, that's what I say. With a Sync 2 non-Sony. How do you add amplifiers?
Well, what I would do is I would get the...
It's not like the actually Scotch.
No, I would get the MTF1 kit, put a new radio in it, because it's Ford, if it has the 8-inch touchscreen, you're golden. You can put this in there, put a new radio in there, get some CarPlay, or Android Auto, or whatever it is you want, and then you can put all the radios you want in there, or all the amps you want in there, and life is good.
Hey guys,
the kit is extremely affordable because there's really nothing to it. You're keeping your whole thing, and you can program in your volume controls and track up and down to do those things. Track up and down and presets, you can make them all do all kinds of neat stuff. It's a really cool thing to have. Now, if you don't want to do that for whatever reason, then what you want to pick up is the T-harness for your car from Access, which is metroonline.com, and then you're going to take that T-harness and you're going to go off to some form of a line level adapter like an LC7i or some form of a DSP like a DM608 or a Helix DSP Mini, this cool guy right here. Very nice, very nice. Ooh. Okay, and from there you're going to use the EQ to fix any of the sound issues you have. You're also going to, or you could use a DSR1, or you're going to use an LC7i, and all you're going to do is keep the sound that you have and just add amplifiers.
Just
or
like
you could add something like a DSP amplifier, such as the D4.800 from Audio Control, the D61200 from Audio Control, the Forza from Audison. The Arc Audio has 2 DSP amplifiers that are really sexy. So there's plenty. Zapco has one now. Helix also has one built in.
Yeah.
So there's lots of solutions for that aren't crazy.
Yeah. When we use roadkill, we put the plastic back. If the customer actually want
Have you heard that?
We cut a plastic, the same shape of the plastic, and then we put it back. We roadkill it too with the ultimate.
So Johnny, I can neither confirm nor deny that. But if they were to come out with something like that, it wouldn't be till somewhere in the middle of the year if that was actually going to come out. And I'm just guessing on that one. But yeah.
All right.
WaveTech or LC2i? Ooh, tough question.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So here's a better one. Bass Restore. Bass Restore has high level input, right?
Yeah.
Does it? We got one right there. Does it have high level input on it?
It has high level input, yeah.
You sure? Alright. I don't know.
Hang on.
Ooh, it does. Ooh. So I would, instead of getting an LC2i or the WaveTech equivalent, I would get this guy. This is called the Bass Restore. Has high level input, just like this. And if you're going off to a subwoofer, yay. And it also has regular input, so if you ever decide to upgrade the stereo. So this is kind of like Kicker's Aftershock or Audio Control's Epicenter. The Epicenter also has high level input too. But if you're trying to get amazing bass and you want WaveTech, just saying.
Okay. Thoughts on running front and rear speakers, both active. I have 2 Rockford T3s running off a 2 Zapco Z155.5, and with audio control DMA10 controlling all.
Is that overkill?
In your opinion, that's overkill?
No.
No.
Are you kidding me? No, listen, when it comes to crazy things that you do in a car stereo, that's what I've always done, okay? There's no such thing as overkill at all. There's not. You can't put too much in a car. Tends to go on a Foxbox on receive for F-150. P3s, I think P3s fit. P2s, P3s for the Foxbox. Yeah. Or the comp.
The
Comp Rs. Or not Comp Rs. Comp Rs fit. The nice thing about the P2s and 3s is that you can get the full mesh grills for them, which you have to have grills when you're going under the seat in that truck, okay? Don't not do grills. Have to have grills, because the box is actually going to sit on the grills. So I would check out the Rockfords. You probably have to cut off the rubber booty on the back. But anyways, back to crazy. So just to give you an idea of crazy systems that I've had, my last system that I had, my last big Orion system I had, before I scaled things back a lot, I had 6 amplifiers, okay? So I had Morel tweeters, 2 Morel tweeters in the doors. I had a set of Morel mid-range and 2 Morel mid-bass, and a set of Integra Morels in the back, all in a 10-inch XTR subwoofer. I also had 4 micro tweeters, 2 in each side air vent, and then 2 in the center. So there was an Orion 222 that powered the tweeters, an Orion 222 that powered the mid-range, an Orion 250 SX that powered the mid-bass, the 2125 powered the subwoofer, and I believe there was another 222 that powered those 4 tweeters across the front. It was all, back then, they had what were called the CRX 200 and 300. You joined the 2 together, and that gave you a 4-way active crossover. Some capacitors on the rear speakers, because remember, these amplifiers didn't have crossovers. So there was 6 amplifiers doing everything. It was crazy. It took up the whole back of my car. That's why I only had 110. And that was the system. So when you're asking me if you have too much stereo stuff, the answer to that is sillily no. You can never have enough. You can't have big enough power wire, and you can't have enough power. Plain and simple, go crazy or go home. It's better to overdo than underdo. Exactly. You can always turn stuff down. Where is Haley? Right this moment, if I was to guess, she's probably watching some retro stuff from Disney on... She's going through Retro Week. Yesterday we had to watch High School Musical 1 through 3. It was terrible.
Right now the Bluetooth Moscone, it's on the desk. On John's desk.
So I don't have a model number. I don't know anything about it. It's probably on their page. It came in the day he was coming in, and his wife called him to tell him it was in. He had to go to SEMA. He has to go on 2 trips between now and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So more than likely, we're not going to see that piece before Thanksgiving. So it's kind of a bummer, but with 2 sets of front tweeters hurt quality. I wasn't going for quality back then. It just depends. It won't hurt quality. It depends what you're going. Remember, it always depends. If you're sitting here asking if it's going to hurt the quality by having 2 tweeters up front, what's the quality you're looking for? I mean, what is the more important thing?
Yeah.
So, if you want a loud tweeter and you want it coming out of your dash, adding 2 of them is going to do that. However, if you're sitting there going, I want imaging, and I want to make sure that I have center image, well, it might be a problem because now the tweeters are going to be real predominant coming out of the corners of the car. So it just depends what the end result is. Prime example of that, this week we did we decided we did 2 big jobs. One of them was the Mustang. Now, the Mustang guy is a straight-up old-school guy. He likes left sound. He likes right sound. He doesn't care about his center image. He wants bass. He wants rear fill. He just wants to get in the car, and just sound comes from everywhere. So all we did was EQ it, cross it over, old-school style, and then, boom, here you go. Didn't screw with the imaging at all. That was it. Let it image naturally. It's a 3-way set. It has mid-range up high in the door, so there was plenty of height to the sound. He loved it. It was exactly what he wanted. Second customer, when we talked, he was like, because he hadn't picked it up yet. When we talked, I was like, okay, what do you want? Do you want a center image? Do you want an open-person car? Do you want things to move? Hell, I want all that. I want all that stuff you guys talk about. Okay, cool. So that's what most people want. The other people don't want that. So it all depends on what you're trying to do. We used to put tweeters in the top, tweeters in the bottom, tweeters in the back, 412s, and there was no imaging. It was just loud.
Just turn it up.
Just turn it up. Yeah. Turn it up. It sounds good. Cool.
Congratulations, Cargill, man. That's crazy. Let's see.
Best shallow fit sub for low bass. Ooh. I know what you're going to say.
The T1.
Yep, T1s. Rockford T1s.
I love my T1.
Rockford T1s.
I don't have a T1, but
they're really hard to beat.
Sound.
So so they're shallow. There's no question about them being shallow. However, it's a shallow mount. They're just as tall this way as they are that way.
Around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to really you can fit them underneath the seat of an F-150. There's no doubt about it. But they're deep. They're top heavy. Yeah. They make a grill for it. Strongly recommend getting the grill.
Yep.
If it doesn't come in the box, order it for sure. Don't get the speaker without it.
The TW3, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Everybody has their own opinion.
No, he's wrong.
I love
That's JL.
I love the T1, man.
Best sub for low bass and Sundown Shallow series.
Yeah, like you say, everybody has their
Scar
own
makes
opinion.
one too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And they all sound good. You asked us what we thought the best one was. That's the Rockford T1. And that's that. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to like something other than us. That's what makes things fun.
Tweeters in the air vent.
Yeah, man. Why not? The little what were they? They were Audax or Peerless or something like that. I don't know. They were like $9. Dude, it was great. Had a hole saw right side. Put it right in. Glued them in place. Man, sexy.
Bye, Gargiv. Thank you for watching, man. And congratulations again.
What do you think about, what do you think of the Pioneer head unit AVH 4500EX? It's fine. It's a great radio. It's got wireless, this, that, and the other. They fixed all the problems that were bugging the crap out of us up until now. So, like, all the things that irritated us through the full run of the 4000 series has finally been addressed on the 4500. So it's the best version of that platform that has ever existed.
Yep.
The only thing that in my opinion still, like, really guys, is the screen. it's a clear resistive screen instead of a capacitive touch. And to me, that sucks, because by now it should have had that and been done with it, and it doesn't, and I don't understand why. But it is a detachable face still, so that might have something to do with it. I don't know.
Alright. KY say, how come do you don't make your own speaker mounts since the Metra opaque?
We do.
We do.
That's what those things are over there.
Yeah.
See them all?
I mean, we make a lot.
They're all over there. You know, we make them all the time. It just depends on what we're doing. So
see, we make a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we made a set today.
Yeah.
So today we had a. So where's it at? Hold on. Hand me this. Yeah. So today we had a F-150 that was getting 6.5s up front. So this is a custom bracket we make that fits a 6.5 to a 5x7 adapter that we've mocked up. For this, it's probably going to get scanned and done in laser from now on. But yeah, I mean, stuff like this. The Mustang that we just did on Monday, that we put the Focal flax in.
Right.
We couldn't use the factory or the Metra bracket for it because it stuck it out too far. The aluminum on the flax is like 1/4 of an inch. Then you have the speaker travel, so it moved the speaker way too close to the door panel, and it was vibrating the door. And we're like, what the heck is going on? And we pull it off. I'm like, oh shoot. We had to custom make a 1/2-inch spacer. Most of the tweeter brackets don't exist, so we make those. We use the laser now for doing most of those.
Now, if they make a bracket for the car, we use it.
An F-150?
Yeah, we use it.
Ooh, yeah.
Because we don't want to waste time.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't want to waste time. It's only him and I.
Yeah, we got to get this stuff out.
It's just like, hey, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
We have another car waiting, and why do you want to waste another, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes trying to make everything when you just open the back?
You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's round. It's going to spin.
If we don't have it, definitely we make it.
Yeah, but I mean, do you know when the Maestro RR will be available? I do not. However, I will more than likely talk to Mark 5 or 6 times next week, and that'll be a question that I ask him. So stay tuned for. We'll adjust that in 5 minutes with 5-star on Instagram. For those of you that don't follow us on Instagram, you can find us there, and every other day or every day, it depends. We go on for what was 5 minutes, and now seems to be. Yesterday was an hour.
What's up, Trinidad in the house?
Just curious.
Thank you, man.
Lots of your videos have Metra.
Yeah.
Because Metra, this is a real sore topic. So, 2 years ago, I went to Best Kits, who was right down the street.
Rock for Fosgate, Ismail. Yeah.
Punch Fosgate versus Scar Audio. Looking for more SQ. First off, neither.
No,
right off the bat, neither.
Yeah.
Spend a little bit more and get the power. It's a little bit more. It's worth it. Remember, it's 2 weeks of life.
The new Punch, man.
Power. Just wait, get more. What's up from Connecticut?
What's up?
Okay. Anyways, so I went to Best Kits and I said, hey, listen, this is going to be a big thing moving forward. Is that we need these bags that have these speaker adapters in them. Screw dash kits. People are replacing speakers. We need to be able to do that. And I always get the same answer when I go to them. And they're like, you really think so? I mean, how many of those do you think? And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? We have 3 router lifts that we use to make speaker adapters. We're making them all the time. Yeah, there's 3.
There's 1, 2, 3.
There's 3. Yeah, there's still 3. There's 4 technically if you count the one in the middle.
Exactly.
I said we're making these things all the time. I mean, that's why we bought the laser, so that we could make speaker adapters. So, Metra on the other hand, for whatever faults they have, one of the things they're really good at is making plastic. So they make lots of plastic. So they're way ahead of everyone else in that genre of this industry. So you go with just like they make T-harnesses for DSPs. These guys can't figure it out for some reason, but they can. Now, so 2 products came out this week to make everyone just a little bit better. in that if you're going to be doing a DSR1 in a Nissan or a Toyota that is non-amplified, they just came out with a the D harness for Nissan and a D harness for Toyota. So now you have a simple plug-and-play option to add in a DSR1 to those two models. So that's going to make things real easy. I'll grab a couple of them and we'll put it on the show. Maybe we'll bring them out Monday or something.
Ismael, those T amplifiers, they are better than the regular amplifiers like the Primes or the Scar. They are very efficient. So,
what does he ask? Who's talking about what?
What are we talking about?
I don't know. What were you talking about?
Oh, I talk about Ismael. He said Rockford Power Series mini amps or the regular size amps. The mini amps.
Yeah, I was just looking at this.
Oh, okay. Any good replacement idea for Finney's Gold TI3s? Ooh, I like that one.
Well, no, he's having a hard time with the amplifiers. They're not working out for him. The LC 6100 from Audio Control. That's gonna be your
really
next.
you making cook videos, Robert? That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Diamond Audio mini amps any good? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, sure. I mean, that's not any. No. I mean, maybe. I mean, here's the deal. There's price and performance, man. If they fit your budget and you can afford them and they can go where you want them to go, and the next closest thing is $200 more,
Kevin.
and you're just going, I don't think so. Well, then buy those. That answers that question. Sometimes we have to do things that don't always make sense, but that's just how it works. Car audio is one of those strange things that there are a ton of options, some better than others, but all right. So for example,
what's up from Jersey? 20 hertz to live.
This is an 8-channel DSP amplifier with equalization and everything. Look how freaking small this thing is. All right. It's tiny. Here's my iPhone. It's the big iPhone, okay, and it's the old one because I'm not cool like that. Okay, look how small this thing is. All right, it's 8 channels. Badass amplifier. Price point, not for everybody. Okay, it's just what it is.
It's just what it is.
If you could swing it, swing it.
Glidden Audio. Glidden?
What about Glidden?
No. This is a German amplifier.
Yeah, Glidden. Yeah, that's part of Orca.
Oh, really? I thought that the Glidden was
No, Mosconi, Glidden.
Yeah.
Focal. They're German. You know they were German? You thought they were French too?
Yeah.
No, they're German.
Okay.
No, we haven't played with the Glidden stuff.
But they awesome.
We've touched it, we've fielded it, we've held it, we've looked at it, we've listened to it, but we don't sell it here. We can, but we're not. It's really not a line that has anything that we want.
Well, it has a lot, but
but it doesn't
we
fit
have
in
a
the category.
lot of lines.
It doesn't fit the categories.
It's like everybody says, why you guys don't sell jail? It's just like.
Well, we can't for one. Do you know much about Diamond Audio amps? But they're Mac Daddy.
Okay.
Years ago, we were a huge Diamond dealer. Like somewhere there was a cool plaque that says best Diamond dealer ever. Don't have that anymore. Guy came in a couple weeks ago, had the big old school Diamond amplifier that they made that was like had the clear top and all that. That was an exceptional amplifier. It's a different company now. They have, it's basically Diamond, Sir and Vega. They do different things. We looked at them a little bit when Eddie was working for them.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yeah. All right. So hang on, I have this one right here. No, I lost it.
What was it? The
question was about he don't have power on the radio. Okay.
What's up? Any suggestions on a new double DIN head unit not turning? Wires are connected and soldered,
but it's not turning on. So
the real question is: do you have a digital multimeter?
Multimeter, exactly.
I always have digital multimeter is the magic thing that will tell you what's going on. So DC, Digital multimeter. You can pick one up for $20 now. Ground, power. You have accessory power, red. You have constant power, yellow. If you have 12 volts there, and you have 12 volts there with the key on, test the ground, meaning flip them. Test the ground of the chassis of the radio, go to ground, see if you have ground. Okay? If those three things are doing what they're supposed to, and the fuse on the back of the radio is still good, then that means that more than likely you've got a bad radio. You can also look at the voltage. Is it above 12 volts? Is it below 12 volts?
Yeah.
It's brand new, so you don't have to look at the pins in the harness, but you also want to make sure you pull the harness apart and look to see, are the pins good where you clip them together. But the digital multimeter will tell you what the heck is going on. That's it. That's what we do. When we get a car and we put a radio in and it doesn't work, the first tool we grab is a digital multimeter and we just test the pins to see if they have power. Now if they all have power, it's pretty much, yeah, okay. So there's nothing left to test other than grab a new radio and plug it in and see if it works.
Right.
Sometimes it does. Now, sometimes there's phantoms in cars, gremlins as they were, and we'll take a radio out of a car and it doesn't work. We'll bring it over to the bench, we'll do it again, and turn it on, and it'll work there. And you're like, oh, wow, that's freaking cool. Turns out maybe it was a bad harness. One of the pins wasn't pushed in all the way, or it had expanded. It didn't get crimped properly. And it was like, oh, so switch harnesses out, it's all good to go.
Yeah.
Yay. Bass out, audio control, LC 800.4. Without a doubt, I have two.
They are awesome amplifiers. Really nice.
Why do people want to keep knowing where Haley is? I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. I mean, I could get her on the phone if you guys really want to know. I mean, if you guys are dying to see what Haley's up to right now, I could, you know. So I answered that question.
Yeah.
I was looking at the amps from Zabco or ARC. If those are my two options, I would go ARC. I would not consider the T 1005 AD. No, I wouldn't recommend that at all.
Okay.
There again, I'm still going to stick with the audio control LC 6200.
All right. What router bit do you use to round over a 1/4 inch?
We use the Mobile Solutions micro router bits. So Mobile Solutions has a bunch of micro router bits. It's the non-ball bearing one. So it's just the one with the bushing. The one with the bearing is too big. I'm sure you could probably get it to work, but we use the bushing micro roundover bit from Mobile Solutions. You can find them at mobilesolutions.com, or just type in Mobile Solutions car audio and it'll come up.
All right, this is a killer question. Audio control ACM amplifiers or the Rockford Mini amps? Like I say, SQ.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I mean,
are we talking
the PBRs?
Are we talking the PBRs? Or are we talking?
Or we talking about the T's? Because if you talk about the T's, I would go for the T's.
T's are gonna have more power.
Yes.
T's are gonna be more powerful.
Yeah.
However, if we're not worried about power, the ACMs do sound really good.
Oh, I love my two ACM amplifiers.
So
right there.
There's a world in which Chris designed a system for the ACMs where he was like, you know what I'd really like to see somebody do is take an LC, take the AC, take the 4.200, put it on a set of tweeters.
4.300.
No, yeah, whatever. Take the 2-channel tweeters.
Yep.
2 mono blocks, one on each mid bass. Another 2-channel for the rear. Okay, and then of course like a 800. 1.800 for a sub.
Right.
He was like, I'd like to see that. Or he would like to see the take the monoblocks on each amp, a 4-channel on the mid-range bridge, 4-channel on the tweeter bridged, or the 4-channel running the tweeter in the rear. So, a lot you can do with those.
Oh, you can do a lot. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Audio control, man. Audio control.
I enjoyed the Terminator movie. I liked it a lot. Haley was just kind of like, but no, yeah, I'm not gonna give away that if somebody didn't read it. But no, I thought it was great. I enjoyed the heck out of it. And the funny, so we're watching the movie, and I'm thinking, God, this chick is the blonde chick that's in the movie is really tall. She's 5'10". What made her look tall is Linda Hamilton, or whatever her name is 5'6", and the other girl is 5'1". So this chick looks like a giant. She's 9 inches taller than the little Latino girl that's in there.
Then, favorite overseas audio company. I'm trying to do
pure overseas build and myself. Well, I mean, if it's a Saab, look at Dine. I mean, didn't the Saabs used to come with Dine, or was that Volvo? I don't remember. One of those used to come with Dine audio speakers in it from the factory.
Okay, that was Ground Zero that he made these huge amplifier.
Yeah, Ground Zero has giant amplifiers. They're from Germany.
Really nice. Yeah.
Depends what you mean in overseas. I mean, if you want to talk about overseas, Ground Zero, German. Gladen, German. Focal, Italian. No, French. Yeah, Focal's French. Audison is Italian. Hertz is Italian. Morel is Israeli. Those guys are here.
Nakamichi.
Nakamichi was Japanese. They're Chinese now. Alpine is Japanese, or Chinese. No, Japanese. Alpine
Nunca los he
Japanese.
escuchado, Rafael.
Kicker's American. So, you know, what part of the world do you want it from?
Dean is going to say Morel, and Fernando's going to say Focal.
There again, no, not necessarily. It just depends what you're trying to do. But yes, I mean, my favorite is always going to be that. But, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, let's be honest. How much of it actually just comes from China?
Everything.
Not that that's bad. I mean, but, you know. The Virtus is the first Morel that's made in Israel. Everything else is made in China. Not knocking China. I got no problem with it. They make some really great stuff.
Right.
That was Volvo with Dine. Okay.
There you go.
And there you go. Dine. Dine is what? What are we with? Finland or something like that? We were talking about that the other day. But those are really
made in Taiwan.
That's an old school reference. Made in Taiwan.
What are some good component speakers?
Every brand I just labeled.
Oh yeah, and the one that you can afford.
The Camera 9904 has lost tuner twice and locked me out of the audio setting each time. Grayed out on the menus. The only thing that fixes it is a factory reset. Any ideas of what could be causing this? Gremlins. Gremlins for sure. Dude, that's a tough one. That's one of those problems that's like,
yeah.
What do you do? If you send it back, it's going to come back no problem found.
Right.
Okay, because it's technically no problem found.
Because it doesn't happen.
It's going to keep happening.
Yeah.
So more than likely, there's something on the microprocessor that's just not right.
It's dying.
Okay, it's just not right. It's probably just bad out of the box. I mean, there's a 1% failure rate on these things, so
keeps lacking.
There's gonna be something bad. But that's one of those things that it's like crap. You almost just want to pass it along to somebody else who may never experience this problem and get the new one. But yeah.
Mike, yeah. They nice speakers.
What happened to almost all head units being made in Malaysia, right? Yeah, they were for a really long time. I love Pioneer Z's. Yeah, Pioneer Z's are just they win. They got the brightest tweeter. I'll give them that. Warhorse, yes.
That's a Warhorse right there.
It's what is it? 80 pounds of amplifier that will never work again.
Nope.
2019 F-150 non-premium sound installed DSR1 and amp. Should I use only fronts to input the DSR1 or both and rear? Anytime we do that, we use front and rear. We go right out of that F-150 into the DSR1, use the Access T harness, rock on. One thing I will tell you is if it has stop-start, because it's a V6, invest in a stop-start bypass because it's just...
man, the Giger KX series, they're awesome. Really nice.
Amps thinking about picking some up for my new system.
Yeah.
One of the really cool features. Okay, so let's talk about it. You open the door. That means I get to talk about it. Okay, so cool things about the K. Yeah, this thing. All right. First off,
wow, look at that.
Oh, somebody's looking on my
All right, so Hertz Legend or Morel Virtus? He's gonna pick Morel. So.
Well, okay, so if you like a louder tweeter, you're gonna want to go Hertz. If you like a softer tweeter, meaning more mellow because it's not as efficient, than the Morel. You know, so if you like piano and jazz and stuff like that, that's, I'm going to say smooth, the Morel. If you like something like that is a little bit more in your face but not crazy, then the Hertz. Okay, so first things first. This is the bass knob. If you notice, there's no wires on it. There's a battery. There's a little battery door right there. Okay, so this is the Aftershock. So this has the cool, we're going to just call it an epicenter, just make life easy, okay? It's audio control made it. It's
Aftershock.
Cool. It's harmonic restoration. So if you listen to music, like the polka music that, you know, comes from the Latin side of the world,
wow,
this is fun to use. It does a really cool thing. Now, if you want to go multiple amplifiers, this will control multiple amplifiers. And it's battery operated, so you can literally flush this in anywhere. And it comes with a cool flush kit.
Yes.
Okay, so you can just overhead here. There's no cables to run to it, and it lasts about 2 years. There's a little button on the back of here.
That's what they say.
There's a button on the amplifier. You sync them up. I think you can do 4 amplifiers to it. So you can sync up to 4 amplifiers. And so it'll control all 4 amplifiers. Woo, yay, volume for the subwoofer. The Aftershock feature, though, is phenomenal. The other thing, too, is it has a distortion detector built into it that is behind the gain light. I think this one is screwed shut. So as you're, and you can go on to Kicker's webpage and download your test tracks for your tuning. That's all on their cool.
For me, the best part is this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's no
I didn't think I was going to like it, but I really liked it.
Oh.
Trademark infringement, always. But what... So when you're playing your thing and you're turning it up, the LED behind the gain light starts blinking to tell you, hey, distortion, turn it down. I think that's cool as all get out. Because it's like, yeah. So there's a bunch of really cool things about the amplifier.
Oh, yes.
But built into it, distortion detection and Aftershock. Okay.
All right, aluminum versus copper voice coil. Power or sound quality? I mean, power for sound quality?
Aluminum versus copper coils and power.
Power or sound quality?
I don't know. Honestly, I got no opinion on that one whatsoever.
Aluminum?
I honestly have no opinion on that one.
Oh, this is nice. Yeah.
2 IDQs,
500 volts.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about IDQs because it just turns into a Kicker show and everyone gets all pissy. So.
Thoughts on the Pioneer ME Pro 6.5s?
Oh, they still make those? I don't think those are available in the U.S. anymore. They might still be.
Really?
Yeah, because they never sold.
Right.
Well, I liked the way they sounded as far as loudspeakers goes, and I hate loudspeakers, so that might mean they sound bad. Because if I liked them, I hate loudspeakers. You know, I like those, and I like the Rockfords.
I love the Rockfords.
The two that are totally discontinued and they don't make anymore. So my guess is they probably sounded like crap in the loudspeaker world because I liked them. Can you suggest a small amp to run just tweeters? ACM.
They make the two
ACM 2.300.
2.300. The 4.300. Yeah.
As small as it gets.
Yep. This, I mean, it's plenty mini amplifiers that you can actually choose right now. Definitely.
Big money era. Love the big money era. Regular cab, Silverado, F-150, little space, ACM 1.300, which will perform better on enclosures. Enclosure box or bazooka. Enclosure box. Get the enclosure box.
Oh, my first subwoofer that was a bazooka.
Regular cab, Silverado.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what I would do in that regular cab Silverado 1500 is I'd get that P 308 amplified subwoofer.
Okay.
We just did that one like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and that old school Chevy, the one you were talking about. Yeah. Wow, dude! Totally check it out. Check out the Rockford P300 8-inch powered enclosure. It's a little box, like it's ported, it's thin. We put it behind a single cab truck in a Chevy.
What? Stop eating, man.
Dude, I gotta go running tonight. I haven't eaten all day. They're just pretzels with peanut butter in them. Need the protein, bro. Damn, you're making me hungry.
That's what I say. Stop eating.
They're Haley's. I stole them because I didn't have an apple this morning. So, I have a pair of Pioneers in my shop truck. They get extremely loud. They do get loud, that is for sure.
Do you ever install a quick disconnect between the amps before? Oh, where can I get one so I can remove my bass speakers for space in my truck? For example, negative, positive. Okay.
Just the subwoofer wires?
Yeah.
Negative,
like a quick
positive.
disconnect.
Oh, disconnect. So, no, we don't. That's why we always hide the amplifier somewhere, and then we make it, because you don't want to pull the amplifier out. There is a, I can't think of what they're called. PAX sells a plug to do that.
It's like a marine.
It's a big, no, it's just a big thing. They come in at 8 and a 4. It's actually the connectors that are on that for the speaker wires. I don't remember what they're called, but PAX does sell them, so you can do
PAX
that.
Audio. Isn't that Stinger?
Yeah, PAX Stingers, whatever.
Oh, I mean, it's different.
Stinger has
Stinger.
Stinger has them on their website. Go to Stinger. Go to
Stinger.com.
Yeah, or just look up StingerAudio.com, and they have giant plugs in order to do that. That's it. Lewis called it. That's the name.
Speak on.
Yeah, but you can get them on Stinger. Stinger has them there, so you can kind of get an idea of what they look like. I'm gonna have another pretzel.
Dude, man.
They're good. Later, gents. Oh, dang,
right, man.
Look at that.
See?
Keeper of the time, Jason, has just told us time to go.
Connectors, Anderson plugs, exactly. Yeah, you can find it anywhere, man.
Anderson. Look at that. Axeman's on the deal. Of course he would know.
That's what I said. I just said.
All right, guys. I know. See, isn't it annoying?
No,
yeah.
no, it's not. No, it's not. I just wanted to say it because you said it.
Oh, I say it all the time.
Anyway.
All right, guys. Thank you much for tuning in. This has been a great show. Thanks for all the questions. You guys are wonderful.
All these 300 viewers, thank you so much for watching. That was awesome.
You guys will be seeing us again on Monday where we do another talk show on Facebook. DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can find all the cool tools we do to do installation.
Right.
Also, make sure you go over to Helix, check out the products, such as like the Mini DSP. Great supporters of the show.
Don't forget about
Frostbite-enclosures.com. Follow them on Instagram. Give them some love. They make awesome enclosures. You're going to be seeing more of those here real soon.
Check audio control.
Whatever.
Everything.
You guys, listen. It is Saturday night. That means that dumb things happen. Not that they don't happen every night, but Saturday night seems to really exemplify the stupidity in life. Yeah. So, if you're going to go out and have a good time tonight, make sure you get home. Uber, Lyft, they're cheap. Hide the keys. Do whatever it is so you can see us Monday on Facebook. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Get your animals spaded or neutered.
Bye.